Michael "Red" Corso, a husband, father, grandfather, true gentleman, friend, and mentor. Founding father and director of the Rhode Island Matadors and the treasurer of DCA for 40 years.
You know the Energizer Bunny? Well, on steroids, that was Red. Incredible. Nothing was a problem that couldn't be solved. It was his leadership and his drive that kept the Matadors starting out and doing almost 20 years in DCA.
Red's beginnings in the drum and bugle corps activity began at a very early age.
I started in drum corps, I believe, when I was maybe 9 or 10 years old. And my neighbor and I joined an American Legion bugle and drum corps that was called the Antonio Mangione Post. It was naturally only G bugles at that time. And you joined this week, and next week you did 2 parades.
Whether it was a warm smile, firm handshake, or one of his famous notes, one could always count on Red to keep things at an even keel.
Well, Red has a different kind of sense of humor. It's kind of crazy. I remember the first year we were in DCA, and the Skyliners were the big bad Skyliners, and they had a contra line that it would have been an offensive line for a football team. And I remember we were walking past them, and he just hauls off and whacks one right in the butt. "Hey, big guy, how you doing?" Bang! I thought we were going to get killed, but that's the kind of guy Red was. He had no fear. He was a very, very funny guy.
He's comical, in serious situations. He always is the one who will come out with a famous one-liner to just make the room turn smooth, He's also famous for sitting at a head table, and Red's been around for a long time, and DCA has really changed, and a lot of new faces come in and out, and we'll have a famous moment when we're sitting in a meeting at a head table, and he'll sort of look at you and say, "Who the hell's that?" And you look at him and say, "Red, shh, not now." But no, he's brilliant. There's nobody like him. He's a one of a kind.
Red has been the treasurer since 1974, so that's 40 years. He's gone through, the first president he was under was Vince Bruni, then Mickey Petrone, and is still my treasurer right now. He's been the rock of DCA. If you talk to anybody that knows Red, there's always a smile that comes to their face because he's genuine, and he's genuinely a good guy. He has his heart in the right place, and he loves drum corps.
Stories, memories, and reflection. That's what made Red a friend to everyone.
In 1974, Vince Bruni asked me to be the treasurer of Drum Corps Associates, and I agreed. It was a very easy post because there were no funds at all. I think our greatest accomplishment, and what I was amazed at, that we were able to come to Roosevelt Stadium in 1972 and compete with all the heavyweights, with the Caballeros and the Skyliners and the Sunrises and the Hurricanes. That had to be the highlight, that we were able to do that. So it's very enjoyable.
As we celebrate our 50th, we celebrate the life of Red Corso, a gentleman, friend, mentor, and forever a member of our drum corps family.
And it was one hell of a ride, let me tell you.
this past Wednesday. Caballeros alumni wish to honor Red's memory and his nearly 40 years of service to DCA with this short tribute.